Hey guys, welcome to part 5 of setting up multiple WordPresses or domains on your server droplet. Alright, so we're going to log back into our server. If you're already logged in, then don't worry about it, but I'm going to reset it. So we're logging into our demo account. I'm going to ask for the password. Alright, we're good to go. So let's follow along here. I'm going to set this up, the getting an update of everything. You don't always need to do this. This is basically checking to see if you have the most recent packages. We should, since I updated it earlier today, but let's say you're doing this in multiple time frames or multiple weeks, days, never know. So you're always having the most up-to-date stuff. The first thing I want to do is install a tree app, because this tree function is actually really good at seeing what's in there. So we don't have tree installed, so what you're going to do is type sudo apt install tree. And what this does is it shows us a tree directory of our entire server. So if I were to click or type tree now, it should say nothing. But if I were to go into cd, let's say var www, now we're in it, and I type tree. See, this is our directory tree. And if I were to go up one, and if I were to do tree again, that's everything that's on our server right now. So you can see everything from here. When you're going to be logging into this site via FTP, you can see it as well, but this is just the long text version of everything. Okay? So we're good to go. I'm going to type in cd and tilde, so we go back to the main area. So assuming you've already added a domain to the account, if not, check out one of my earlier tutorials. We're going to do sudo make directory -p var www, and I'm going to do one more year.ca and public HTML. You can change your directory structure as you want. You just need to keep in mind that you're going to have to remember how you've set it up. So being consistent across all your domains is going to be a lot smarter. We can do what we just went through before. We'll do cd var www, and if I were to do this, we're in it. I have to remember how to type this. There we go. And if I were to do tree, see, we have one more year already set up with a folder. So blue means folder, and the white is a file. Alright, so we're going to go back to our main directory. And let's make another directory for the fun of it. So I'm just going to copy our function by pressing up on the keyboard with the up arrow. I'm going to edit this to test.com. And then that should show everything. Now we want to give permissions to those files, because right now what we've done by using the sudo command, we've given permissions of this folder to the root user. However, we want the user that we're currently in, like the demo user, to be able to access everything. So we're going to use chown sudo own our user. What these user variables here mean is it's just whoever is currently logged in is going to associate those privileges to them. So we're logged into demo, so technically the privileges would be assigned to demo. So I type in the directory, we want to w, there's one more year.ca, public HTML, and I'll do it again, but I'll change it for the test one. Test.com. Okay, and now we'll look at it again. So cd var www tree, and you'll see that we have another domain there as well. Okay, so we'll go back. Now we also want to make sure that we're giving permissions to just general users to use, or rather to read. We don't want them to be able to modify our files. So we're going to use chmod -r. The R means it's recursive, so it'll go through all the files in the directory. So now anyone should be able to see that domain. So I've cleared my command again, and now it's time to create indexes for our virtual hosts. So we've just finished setting the permissions, so now we're going to create the index pages. So we're going to do nano www. Make sure you're doing everything correctly in terms of writing down the directories, because I keep messing that up and keep having to restart. So, oops, again messing it up. One more year.ca, public HTML index.html. Okay, enter, and now I'm just going to copy and paste this. So you'll know that you did the correct file extension when you see that all your tags, the HTML and head tags and all that, are colored differently. So I'm just going to change example.com to onemoreyear.ca and onemoreyear.ca. This is just to test that things are working. So save it, close it. All right, and now we're going to make it again. This time I'm going to change it to example, or yeah, test.com. Paste it again. Test. Save it. All right, cool. And now we're going to copy the host file. So we're going to actually use what's already been configured on the server. So we'll do sudo copy etc Apache 2 sites available 000 default.conf, and we're going to add a new conf file. It'll be in the same directory. So copy the rest of this, Apache 2 sites -available /onemoreyear.ca.conf. Make sure you put the .conf at the end. Type in your password. Type it in correctly. Apparently I can't type. Try it again. There we go. Alright, so now we've copied it and we're going to open it. Nano, etc. Apache 2 sites -available onemoreyear.ca.conf. There we go. Now we're inside of it. Alright, so what's important in here is the server name, the server admin, the document root, and the errors. I will explain these shortly, but for right now, we're just going to get rid of it. So an easy way to clear out files, you do CTRL K, which is just cutting the text. So it's not really deleting it, but that's okay. So we're going to scroll down here, and we're just going to copy what they have here. Paste. So server admin. This is going to be the email you want to associate with the server. So I'm going to do my test email, the server name, which is onemoreyear.ca, the server alias. This is going to be so that when people go to your domain, if they type http onemoreyear.ca, it'll work, but if they type www, it won't work. So by adding this, they can type www. We'll change the document root to here, onemoreyear.ca, and everything else is good. So we're just going to close it and save it. So now that this one's been created, we'll just copy it. So sudo copy etc Apache 2 sites -available onemoreyear.ca.conf, and now the host or the directory for the new one is etc Apache 2 sites available test.com.conf. Remember the .conf. So it's copied, and now we're going to open up that one as well. So test.com. Okay, so we're going to change the server name to test.com, server alias to test.com, and the directory to test.com. Save it, close it, and we're good to go. And so we need to actually activate it. So we'll do sudo a2 and site onemoreyear.ca.conf. So to activate it, we need to restart Apache. Okay, type in your password, and that's good. And then we'll activate the other one as well. Test.com, and reload it again. Good. So now if we were to go to One More Year, and now our One More Year is working. So now we can also check to see if the test domain is working, which would be test.com, and it's loading. So the issue here is that I never set up test. I don't own test.com. So I was using a testing domain. So what we can do is we can go to our host file within our computer and modify it and mask it. So go to your C drive, to Windows, System32, drivers, and etc. file, and I'm going to edit the host file with SublimeText. Okay, so you guys can see this. Now edit this. What we're going to do here is we're going to add our IP address of our server, this one, and then we're going to paste it, and we're going to put test.com and save it. If you're not able to save it, that's okay. What instead you'll do is you'll change the permissions of your file to full control of all users. You can do that temporarily. It's just that who owns the file is the administrator of your computer. So you may or may not be an administrator. Even if you are, sometimes it doesn't work. So if you need to figure out how to change permissions, there are tutorials on that, and I'll let you guys figure that one out. Once you've set it, you can close it, and we'll try going to test.com again. It's working. As you can see, test.com virtual host is working. That was the file that we created. And now we're good to go. So our next tutorial will be on how to set up WordPress with your new settings.